Hello everyone, we are back with day 7. It's the first full week we've been in Love Island the Game season 2. We're gonna see what's going on today. Remember that Rocco is giving us a little bit of trouble. This day is called Don't Fudge It Up, and this part is called Snakes in the Villa. Rocco's been caught out being snaky. What should the others do about it? Previously on Love Island, Rocco found himself on thin ice. Babe, he was chatting up all the girls. Lottie starts to give Rocco the cold shoulder, but it turned out Marisol actually had feelings for him. Sorry if that's a problem for you. Hey, the spark is a spark after all. I'm sure that won't be a problem, Marisol. Who are we kidding? This is the 7th day of Love Island. And if we've learned anything this past week, that it's that nothing gets past our girl code enforcer, Lottie. Coming up, rocky seas ahead for all our boys. We're in the deep end now, Lucas. And Lottie thinks we're on a nature documentary. That sound is the lesser spotted male snake. You look over to the other side of your bed. It's empty. Rocco must have gotten up earlier. He's probably grafting on anything with a pulse. Probably. Early bird catches the worm. So Rocco is definitely the worm in this villa. At least I've got the bed to myself this morning. Marisol paces around the bedroom, running her fingers through her hair, frowning. She catches your eye and then quickly looks away. I guess she's off with me after what I said. Has anyone seen Rocco? Lottie sits bolt upright. Bobby stares in the bed. He's probably shedding his skin. I don't get what you're getting so worked up about. Marisol perches on the edge of her bed, stretching her toned arms as she yawns. He's not even your man. He's not yours either, in case you've forgotten. Gary rolls over onto his side, pulling the duvet over his head. Emmy's my girl, hun. I look out for my girls when there is a snake in the grass. Marisol storms out of the bedroom. Is she gone? Coast is clear. Well, that was pretty intense. I think I need a cuppa. Oh, Gary, you wouldn't make us a cup of tea, would you? I need to read my leaves and see what my lovesick future holds. All right, your highness. You want anything? Oh, I will take a coffee, please. I think I'm gonna need one today. Coming right up. Guys! Priya comes running in. What the? Noah and Hope suddenly sit up in bed. The other islanders run into the room. Priya, baby, you okay? I got a text! Everyone stares at her expectantly. Well, that's a relief. I heard you yell and thought something awful had happened. I'm glad no one's hurt. Just my ears. You'll see why I screamed when you hear what it says. Girls, later today, you must decide which boy is most dateable. Guys, smooth out those manners and straighten out those lines. It's date or break time. That is savage. I'm so gonna screw this up. Looks like the power is in our hands today, guys. The boys groan. Everyone looks at Rocco. I take it Rocco's just walked back into the room then. He opens his mouth like he's about to speak, but no sound comes out. What are you guys waiting for? Go get ready. The boys rush off to the changing room. I better start getting ready too. Don't want the guys to upstage me. So we are oh, do you know what? It's this one today. I actually do like this one a lot. Perfect. Time to go and see the boys. Over on the lawn, Lucas and Henrik are comparing their dating rules. Lottie, as usual, is giving our 2 new boys her unfiltered opinion. You settle down on a lounger and stretch out your legs. I think the first dates are super important. If you don't impress me in the first 3.9 seconds of a date, I'm out. Sure, it's all about the first impression. I always make sure first dates aren't too expensive. I don't like to make anyone feel they have to spend money on me. We don't need to pay for good conversation. And you can't beat a hike up a mountain. That sounds... Where do I sign up? We'll go for where do I sign up? Henrik smiles at you. I'll show you the ropes someday. You'd make any of you a better one, Em. You blush at Henrik. Yeah. Sure she would. I love a bit of an adventure. I love what Lottie is wearing, excuse me. My kind of adventure is trooping around the city looking for an exclusive pop-up restaurant. And like, I'm not being funny, but imagine sitting across the table from Em. What could be better? Well, you know, there are lots of people in the villa. Good wine, good conversation, good food, and you're all good. I would love to eat out with Lucas. The honor would be all mine. Bet you only sprinkle a few diamonds at her on the first date, don't you, Lucas? It's all about the moissanite stone these days, Henrik. It has a higher brilliance than a diamond. Henrik looks at him, amused. It sparkles more than... I mean, no, I don't buy... I'm teasing, mate. Money doesn't buy happiness, and it certainly doesn't buy love. Right, Em? No way. Lucas beams from cheek to cheek. I knew you'd get it. Let's change the subject. Good plan. Gary walks up and slumps down on the lounger beside Lottie. Morning all. I love that outfit on you, Em. It suits you to a T, and I really like a cup of tea. Thank you, Gary. Speaking of which, where's my coffee? Gary, stop that. We've got an important discussion about the date rules. Oh, yeah? Yeah, in preparation for when we have to judge you guys later. So, kissing and doing the dirty. What are your rules? Oh, no, I do my own laundry, thanks. Lottie looks at him. The the corners of her mouth betraying a nearly concealed smile. Alright, one of my rules. Don't bring a girl back to your place if you can't make her a decent breakfast. That's a good one. Henrik always makes girls breakfast. That's super sweet. I really respect that, Henrik. He beams at you. His charming smile melts your heart a little. For me, it's all about setting the bar with that first kiss. Gary bites his lip. He's smiling at you. I bet he's thinking about that time we kissed. What do you think about first kisses, Em? I think first kisses are everything. They are so important. The first kiss is the deal breaker. It has to be special. If I don't feel the fireworks then will I ever? Yes, see, that's why it's so important. Kissing is only part of the dating thing. It's also about trying to sweep a girl off her feet. Yeah, exactly. Do you prefer a guy that takes his time or one that goes full on from the word go? I want to be swept off my feet. No wonder you're with Rocco. Well, maybe one day I'll have the honor, Em. I prefer a guy who does the sweeping. I'm not a fan of romantic tactics. I prefer things to be natural. It's a free country. I'm not the controlling type. Oh yeah, that reminds me. What's going on with you and Marisol? I'm not going to force things. Oh really? Yeah, if it's not working, then that's it. A spark is important. And a good breakfast. And a cup of tea. Speaking of tea, we never did get our drinks, Gary. Remember who has the power? Ah, my bad. A coffee and a tea are on their way. I can't put my finger on him. Trouble in paradise. With Gary? No, I just can't read him. Well, you both fancy each other, but you don't know if you should make a move because of what happened with Hannah. Is that right? You're talking nonsense. Really? Yeah, leave it. There's an awkward shift in the air. Lottie sighs heavily. Well, I hope we do all right in the competition later today. I'm a little worried. The rest of the boys have history. Yeah, and having history means you've got an advantage. Or a disadvantage in some boys' cases. Lottie tilts her head round to look at you. And speaking of boys with bad baggage, Rocco comes over. Hey guys. So, let's go to the pool, yeah? Lottie leads you all over towards the pool. Rocco absent-mindedly follows. I don't like the icing out thing. I think it's really mean. As I was saying, the only real thing a girl looks for in a man is trust. Guys, wait up! Yeah, that's quite an important quality for sure. Rocco looks left out. I'm going to say we're talking about the perfect date. Oh, I know about making a date perfect. I once took a girl to the top of... Lottie interrupts Rocco's story. Should we go somewhere else, Henrik? But we just got to the pool. Lottie sniffs violently and slides a few paces away from Rocco. Everything alright, Lottie? She glares at him. I take that as a no. Henrik, didn't you say you had a sprain on your leg? Want me to take a look at it somewhere else? Oh, yeah, right. Well, I've got this pain in my back. I mean leg. Where are you guys going? Oh, just away from the tension. Lucas and Henrik slide past. They pat Rocco on the shoulder. Good luck, mate. I just want to talk to you girls about this whole judging best date thing. I've got some super date ideas you're gonna lap up. Can you hear that, girls? That sound is the lesser spotted male snake. He's in pursuit of not one, but 5 female mates. Can you hear that? Guys, let's stop ignoring him. I don't think it's right to ignore him, but I don't think we should not clue him in on what's happening and what we're feeling. Why don't you go and find Marisol if you're so pro Rocco? I get that he's your guy or whatever, but you don't have to be loyal to someone who goes around like that. She looks around, anger knotting up her brow. Girls, maybe we should go elsewhere, if that's how Em feels. But we just got here. We can give them some privacy to work stuff out. Lottie marches off towards the kitchen. Hope looks at Rocco sympathetically. I'm sure she'll settle down soon, Rocco. You know how she gets. But in the meantime, you've got some serious chat to have with Em. Rhea gets up and encouragingly squeezes your shoulder. Look, I get what it's like to be on the wrong side of Lottie. She means well, but her loyalty is sometimes questionable. I get why she's angry and everything, but she's ignoring the problem and that's just childish. Rhea and Hope head inside, leaving you and Rocco alone. And then there are 2. Thanks for hearing me out. Truth is, you're the one I wanted to talk to in the first place. In private. I've obviously done something pretty bad to get this frosty attitude. Let me make it right. This is my chance to talk to him about Marisol and find out what's actually going on. He probably wants to say sorry or something. Or I could have a little fun messing with him. I'm going to chat with him in private. I've unlocked that option before. Lottie stands by the window watching your every move. I can't concentrate with her watching us like that. Let's go to the terrace. Rocco plumps himself down on a chair near the balcony. You know, my food truck has a pop-up terrace to relax on. Being up here always makes me think of it. I go up there to clear my head sometimes. Really? That sounds quite dangerous, actually. No, it's proper solid. Just like my heart. Wish I could say the same thing about my relationships in here. Why is everyone so off with me? Because you've been flirting with us all. You've been having it on with all the girls. Lottie was so crushed she wanted all of the girls to give you the cold shoulder. But you didn't? No, I thought it would be better if we talked about it. I really appreciate that, But they're wrong. It's not what it looks like. The thing is, I haven't been true to myself. I know it just seems like I'm being a massive player, but I'm not playing a game here. I'm trying to work out if I have feelings for Marisol. Then why graft on all the girls? Why not just her? You want the honest truth? I've been trying to suss out if I get the feeling. The feeling? Yeah, you know when you're traveling and it's always exciting to get away and go somewhere new? Although eventually you end up missing your bed at home, right? But if you never went away, you never experienced that longing for home comfort. I just get the feeling that Marisol could be both, you know? She's the exciting trip away from the warmth and comfort of home all in one. So I'm just your comfort blanket then. And Marisol is just a sleeping bag or a hammock you're trying out. You're joking, right? Do you know how that sounds? No, I'm not explaining it right. Quit laying on the cryptic stuff, Rocco. You're full of it. Everything you say is nonsense. I'm sorry, Really, I am. Oh, I wish this could have worked. But I thought better that you knew how I felt, you know? Seriously, thank you for taking a spare second to talk to me, I hope I haven't offended you too much. He heads down from the roof terrace, leaving you with just the sound of your thoughts. Can't believe it. I'm actually devastated. I can't believe he feels that way. At least I know now for sure that I better get my graft on if Rocco's got the hots for Marisol. I might end up single. Gary is boiling the kettle in the kitchen. I still can't believe Marisol and Rocco. It's like they have no boundaries. Lottie looks at you skeptically. I hope that chat was worth it, hun. I'm gonna tell her what happened. He straight up admitted that after everything that's happened, he'd still rather be with Marisol. Oh, hun, I'm so sorry. You don't deserve that. Gary, quick, Em needs her tea. Gary comes over, drinks in hand. A coffee for Em. And of course, a cup of tea for you, Lottie. Thanks, I really need this for my reading. This whole thing is exhausting. It's all just momentary drama. You'll have forgotten it all by next week. You don't know that, Bobby. We'll just have to see what the tea leaves say. Priya, Hope, Noah, Marisol and Ibrahim all walk into the kitchen. Uh-oh. Marisol looks around the kitchen. Is Lottie playing with her nails or is she sharpening them? Kind of an atmosphere in here, huh? I'll go sort my hair or something. Do you want to talk it out somewhere private, Lottie? Sure, let's go. I need to do my tea reading in peace. They both head back outside, slipping past the others. That was the very definition of awkward. I'm so not built for this drama. Anyway, as I was saying before that happened, Ibrahim, your chair move game is weak. I can do the chair move way better than you. What's the chair move? It's when you're on a date with someone and they pull the chair out for you. It's got to be smooth. Go on, Raheem. Show us your chair move. Ibrahim takes a deep breath and walks up to Priya. Ouch! It scrapes against your foot. Hard. Oops. I'm going to fake a broken toe. Oh my god, no! My toe! I think it's broken. What? I'm so sorry. Lucas is a physiotherapist. We can get him to take a look at it. Oh, damn. I forgot we had an expert in the villa. Maybe I should feign an injury to get his attention. Although I don't want him to think I'm an attention seeker. You know, it's suddenly feeling a lot better. Whoa, thank goodness that scared the life out of me. Ibrahim doesn't know how to pull out a chair, apparently. But at least now he responds quickly and efficiently to a possible emergency. That's brownie points for sure. He chuckles nervously. Sure. Changing the subject. You worried about this most dateable contest, Bobby? Nope, not me. I just try and live in the moment. I don't usually worry about the future until I'm stuck in it. The present moment is everything. I like that motto. It's a motto I try to live by. Ibrahim picks up the chair and puts it back under the table. I'm totally gonna blow this challenge later. Don't worry, hun, I'll be voting for you. Ibrahim smiles, but his eyes still seem panicked. Well, whatever happens, just know I'll be sticking by my Noah. She kisses him on the cheek. He blushes and turns to stroke her hair. Noah and Hope gaze at each other. They're really wrapped up in each other. I'm gonna make a joke. You guys need a map or a sat-nav or something? What do you mean, You're lost in each other's eyes. Oh, nice one, Em. Hope and Noah don't respond. Hate to break up this little moment, but I've got another text. Hope and Noah don't respond. Excuse me. Guys, I got a text. Hope and Noah snap instantly out of their trance. Lottie and Gary come running in, followed by Rocco and Marisol. What does it say, hun? What does it say, hun? Islanders, this afternoon, the boys will be performing in a talent contest. The girls will choose which boy's act impresses them the most. Hashtag Islanders got talent. Hashtag Mr. Love Island. A talent contest. Oh, we're in the deep end now, Lucas. This is perfect. It's about time the guys put on a show for us. Huh? My kind of challenge. Smilers wear a crown and losers wear a frown. But what will happen till the loser? All will be revealed, Rocco. All will be revealed. Coming up, Rocco gets choked up on his feelings. I came into the villa to find my soulmate and make a meaningful connection. And Bobby amazes the girls with his sleight of hand. But wait, what's this I can feel in my bikini bottoms? Well, okay then. Okay. What did you think of that? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to go on to part 2 of day 7. And in the meantime, if you haven't grabbed a cup of tea, pause the video, go get some tea, go get some coffee, settle in. Because things, I think, are about to get a bit more real. Welcome back to Love Island the game. This is day 7, part 2. And today, we are going to be seeing what is happening in the pageant. So the boys are doing a talent show for us. Time for the boys to show off their talents in the Mr. Love Island pageant. Let's go. Gary's nan used to say, if you want to prove to a girl your boyfriend material, win an impromptu Mr. Love Island contest. She's a strange one, his nana. While the boys are stuffing their budgie smugglers and figuring out how to showcase their talent, the girls are practicing their judgy skills by, well, being judgy. This is how it's meant to be, ladies. The lads flapping about trying to impress us while we lounge by the pool. But what are they meant to be doing? Aren't all talent shows all skimpy swimsuits and speeches about world peace? Bring on the sexy swimwear, I say. I can't wait to see what Noah's hidden talent is. She's definitely already seen his hidden talent. The girls laugh and nudge Hope, who goes red. What are you going to be looking for, Em? I'm going to be looking for, well, talent. They've got to have some kind of talent. Some might say being hot is a talent. Noah checks all those boxes. He'll ace this challenge. Do you think Bobby will make a cake? Oh, he better make a cake. That's got to be the main perk of coupling up with a professional chef. Homemade cakes. If he wants my vote, he better get baking. At least Bobby has a skill. What's Gary gonna do? Talk about his nan? Aw, don't be mean. It's sweet that he's so close to his nan. A bit too close to his nan if you ask me. Are you trying to say he fancies his nan? Marisol, he just loves his nan. It's a sweet quality. Stop psychoanalyzing everything. Maybe you should analyze your taste in men, Marisol. Gary is pretty handy. Bet he can make a shoe rack out of lollipop sticks. I think most of the guys have something going for them. What's Rocco's talent? Cracking on with all your mates in one day? There's an awkward silence. All the girls look at you sympathetically except Marisol, who stares at her nails. I'm sorry, babe, but you know it's true. You're right, grafting on the sly is his talent. Rocco's been terrible. He won't be getting 2 words out of me. Unless he starts talking about adders. They're well poisonous and it happened in Cumbria. How close is that? It didn't matter how good his snake chat was. We weren't talking to him, Priya. Priya pouts and crosses her arms. Rocco's not all bad. We shouldn't judge him too harshly. I'll judge him however I like, thank you very much. Be real, Marisol. Would you want to date someone who's done what he's done? I couldn't date a guy I outright knew I couldn't trust. I don't know. There's something about bad boys. Am I right, Em? I prefer nice guys. There's none of that game playing or worrying that they're cheating. Sounds boring. If by nice you mean considerate and respectful, I can't understand why you wouldn't want that. I don't get the fixation on bad boys. They're bad. Like, by definition. Come on, girls. This talent show is divine providence. Or it's a fun challenge and we should put this Rocco drama behind us. Emma's right when she said we should stop doing this. You and Snakes, as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't exist. Really, Lottie? Your reluctance to let this go. You watch Lottie glare at Marisol. I think I left my water bottle in the kitchen. Me too, Em. You're filling your water bottle up when you hear a hiss. Psst. If all this snake track has attracted an actual snake, psst. You turn towards the noise, hand raised, ready to chuck your bottle. It's only Noah. Psst. Em, Bobby needs your help. Help with what? He looks around furtively. Mr. Love Island, I can't talk out here. Come with me. He's upstairs. Noah darts off towards the villa and you follow. If you want to win a Mr. Love Island contest, raid the judges' makeup and wardrobe. A passion fruit scented mist lingers in the air as you follow Noah into the dressing room. The first thing you see is Bobby crowbarring himself into one of Priya's dresses. Henrik's looking at different lipsticks. Are you sure it won't be too much? No, pal, that's definitely your colour. It's like Miss World meets that horror movie about the evil clown. What have I just walked in on? You've got to help him. Can't get Priya's dress on. Priya's dress? I suppose it would be a good excuse to get personal with Bobby. And this would put me in his good books. Plus the lads really respect him, so helping him out could be useful. I haven't done this one before. I'm gonna do it. I'm running out of gems though, and I really don't want to put any more into the app. You will win that crown. Bobby breathes a sigh of relief. Thanks, Em. You saved my skin. I won't forget this. Right, let's talk winning strategy. Come with me. Em's taken Bobby to the bedroom to find his hidden talent. Nice try, Em. We've all heard that one before. So there's this swimsuit bit, and then it's hidden talents, and then some kind of speech. You've got a hot body. You look Bobby over and bite your bottom lip. Bobby goes red and rubs the back of his neck. Let's move on to the next bit then. Should have known Bobby values funny. With the speech, all you have to do is be yourself. Is being myself going to be enough? Be true to yourself. Girls can spot a fake a mile off, trust me. Fine then, I'm just going to go out there and be 100% me. The part you want to get right is the hidden talent bit. For example, I can name every English monarch. I don't believe you. You clear your throat. Right then. Alfred the Great, Edward the Elder. You keep reading off names of kings and queens as Bobby looks on amazed. Henry VIII, Edward VI. Fine, I believe you. Stop. I believed you about 10 monarchs ago. My point is it doesn't have to be something major. It could be entertaining or surprising or unusual. I've got it. I know what I'm going to do. Are you planning on telling me? I wouldn't want to ruin the surprise. At least give me a clue. Let's just say I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. I hope that's a good thing. I hope Rocco knows how lucky he is to be coupled up with you. Bobby glances at you. His gaze lingers. You feel your cheeks flush. I'm so glad you showed up, Em. Of course I was going to show up. I think the world of you. Everything's quiet for a moment. Bobby looks at you as if he's seeing you clearly for the first time. He brushes a strand of stray hair away from your face and you feel the warmth of his hand against your cheek. I guess I should go and get ready then. Go and win that sash. Bobby gets up and makes his way towards the dressing room. He looks back at you and flashes a smile. I wonder what his hidden talent is. You step back outside. The girls have draped themselves over the daybeds. How's it looking in there? I'm telling you, it's chaos. What are they doing? You don't want to know. Anyway, we'll be finding out soon enough. You stretch out and enjoy the feeling of the sun's warmth on your skin. The calm is interrupted by Priya yelling. I've got a text! Ladies, take your seats at the judges' table. It's time to decide which boy has what it takes to be crowned Mr. Love Island. Hashtag work it, boys. Hashtag ladies' choice. We're in for a right treat. Excitedly, you all make your way over to the lawn to take your places at the judges' table. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Our first ever Mr. Love Island! The categories include swimsuit, speech, and my personal favourite, hidden talent. Over to you, Gary. Ooh, look at it all decked out. Welcome to Mr. Love Island. The girls ooh and ah at the makeover to the pool area. Check out how fancy they made it. Can we keep the pillars? It's so Miss World. We've got 3 rounds of fun for you, lovely ladies. At the end of them, one of the Love Island boys gets a pretty sash and a tiny crown. It's called a tiara, Gary. Not to mention a special something to be announced. The islanders ooh and giggle. This is so exciting. We kick off with the swimwear round. Our first contender's sexy, suave, and great with his hands. Gary holds up his hands to cheers from the girls. Form an orderly queue, ladies. He struts around the pool to the music, pausing to strike different muscle man poses. Sweet lord. Go Gary! Go Gary! When he arrives in front of the judges' table, he slowly removes his top to reveal his muscular chest and abs. Take it all off. This is Gary. Oh, he is not leaving much to the imagination. In a flash, Gary whips off his shorts to reveal his budgie smugglers. Seductively, Gary approached Marisol. She can't help but laugh. What are you doing? Gary pulls out a bottle of baby oil and squirts it onto his chest to howls of laughter from the girls. Marisol rubs the oil into Gary's chest, cringing all the way. Don't act like you don't love it. It isn't an act. I'd hate to be that fella that had to follow that. Next up, the best thing to come out of Sweden since ABBA and the Meatballs. It's Henrik. This is Henrik. He is covered in gold glitter and is wearing lipstick. Henrik emerges in swimming trunks covered in glitter, wearing bright red lipstick. Is he wearing my lippy? And why does it look better on him? Work it, Henrik. Yes, queen. Henrik struts towards the judges' table, giving the ladies a twirl and blowing them a kiss. That's what I'm talking about. Next up, a master baker who's sure to get your temperature rising. It's Bobby. This is Bobby, wearing Priya's dress. Bobby emerges in a dress. All of the girls erupt into laughter with the exception of Priya. That's my dress! The girls clap and Bobby struts his way to the judges' table. Glad you're loving the show, ladies. I have been practicing. Bobby loses his footing and falls hard onto the decking. He commando rolls to his feet and runs off to leave the girls in hysterics. Bobby spots you and takes a bow, following it with a cheeky wink. That was the best thing I've ever seen. Next up, the man who never misses a flight. It's Rocco! I am going to stay quiet. You say nothing while the boys and Marisol cheer. Rocco begins to run through yoga poses to show off his physique. Lottie yawns loudly while Priya and Hope share notes. I'm going to clap politely. You clap politely and Marisol joins in. Rocco joins his hands in thanks. Moving swiftly on, he's everyone's favourite bit of posh. It's Lucas. Lucas appears at the other end of the pool and dives in. What's he doing? He's meant to be showing off his swimwear, not going for a dip. Lucas emerges and pulls himself out of the pool, his muscles glistening in the sun. Am I the only one watching this in slow motion? His trunks are clinging to all the right places. Suddenly I am really thirsty. Noah and Ibrahim wrap up the swimsuit category, making temperatures soar with their sculpted physiques. As the boys get ready for the talent round, the girls put their heads together to compare notes. I love that we're getting to judge the boys. This is a dream come true. Favourites, girls? Who's tickling your fancy? Bobby's top of my list. No surprises here, but it's Noah all the way. But after that display, Lucas is coming a close second. Who's your favourite so far? Me? Oh, I can't go for Lucas. That's interesting. I'm going to say Bobby. Me too. Who's ready to see some hidden talents? Get 'em out, boys. Steady on, Loza. First, we have a man of few words. Let's give it up for Noah. I wonder what his talent is. I bet it's something to do with books. For my talent, I'll need the help of a lovely assistant. I'm going to watch. Priya waves her hand frantically in the air and Noah beckons her over. Priya takes a seat. Noah's fingers move through Priya's hair like lightning. He teases and crosses sections of her hair. All done. Priya runs her hand over the back of her head in amazement to find an expertly plaited French braid and gives you all a twirl. It looks gorgeous. The girls applaud, clearly impressed. Hope beams with pride. It takes me forever to do a French braid. Next up, it's our own resident shaman. It's Rocco. Rocco emerges holding a tin can that he rattles ceremoniously. Today, I'll be performing a ritual that I learned on my travels in Iceland. Gary and Lottie roll their eyes at the same time. A cleansing ritual to invoke a blessing from the spirits. You might want to find cover, girls. It's about to pour down. Rocco begins stomping his right foot and chanting while rattling the tin can. Lottie looks on entranced. You look up at the sky. For a second, it does look like it's getting darker. The dance goes on and on and on. 3 long minutes later, the girls are bored and Rocco looks worried. Try jumping higher. Rocco leaps higher. Marisol shakes her head sadly. Clearly the spirits have been watching and they ain't impressed. Dejected, Rocco heads back to the boys. Ibrahim gives him a reassuring pat on the shoulder. It worked in Reykjavik. Moving swiftly on. Ibrahim's act involves a blindfold and a Rubik's Cube. Christian Grey, eat your heart out. Ibrahim removes his shirt, then sits on the ground with a Rubik's Cube in his hand. Hope, could you secure my blindfold, please? It's on tight. She waves her hands in front of him to no reaction. He can't see a thing. Start the timer, Marisol. Marisol hits the timer. Ibrahim begins to do ab crunches and twist and click the Rubik's Cube into place. The girls watch in anticipation. He's on 20 crunches. He's never finishing it. I'm going to enjoy the view. You watch on as Ibrahim effortlessly bangs out crunches. Beads of sweat gather on his chest and pull towards his navel. How good is this? So good. 40 seconds, Ibrahim. Done. That was 44 crunches in 40 seconds. He removes his blindfold and proudly holds up a completed cube. Priya stands up to applaud. That was ridiculously hot, and it was definitely quicker than Rocco's bit. The afternoon is a whirlwind of questionable talents like Henrik's eyebrow dancing. Let the rhythm take over, ladies. This is just creepy. Some talents are hard to watch. Gary's not going to eat that raw onion, is he? Prepare to be amazed. It's like watching a starved donkey. Gary, you're sleeping outside tonight. I can smell your breath from here. Other talents nearly take an eye out. Observe as I peel this boiled egg using one hand. Why is he blowing into the boiled egg? He's going really red. The egg shoots out of his hand and heads directly for Lottie. I'm going to push. You push Lottie out of the way and the egg hits you in the forehead. Couldn't you have just warned me? Ta-da! Playing fast and loose with the word talent, boys. Bobby plans to amaze the girls with his sleight of hand and a dress that leaves nothing to the imagination. If you look closely, you'll see I'm wearing nothing more than a skimpy frock. That's not even the most revealing one I brought. And he's either stuffed the bottom half or he needs a doctor urgently. But wait! What's this I can feel? Bobby pulls out a large handkerchief from his cleavage and shakes it out to show nothing is hidden within it. Then, with a flick of his wrist and a puff of smoke, the hanky disappears and a perfect cupcake appears in his hand. Where was he hiding that? Oh no, not the bulge. Something sweet for someone sweet. He places the cupcake in front of you. Oh, thanks, babe. I love cupcakes. You aren't really gonna eat that. That concludes the talent round. Bobby's still top of my list. Oh, Rocco, this is not going well for him. It's poetic justice. You honestly think that? He deserves it. The one day he needs his Mr. Smooth Act to work and it falls apart. He's still got a chance to turn it around. Let's see what he does. It's time for speeches and Bobby's first up. Someone once said, you can't hurry love. It was probably Gary's nan. Do you mind, Em? I'm giving a speech here. Anyway, I'm pretty sure they must have been an amazing baker. It takes time and the right ingredients to craft the perfect pastry. The same goes for finding someone special. When I do find her, she'll always have a fresh pastry in her hand and a smile on her face. I'm gonna cheer. Yes, Bobby. Woo! Bobby flashes you a big smile. Thank you, ladies. Someone better eat that cupcake. It was made with love. Next up is big old softy Gary. I wanted to talk about something close to my heart. So, your nan then? Actually, not my nan, but she does get a mention. We'd expect nothing less. Some of you know that my nan is big on charity work. She's taught me to give back to society, to get involved in community issues. I've helped her out the soup kitchen and helped to build the local youth centre. I may not bang on about spiritual connections or being one with the world, but I care about the folk around me, and I know that if I win Mr. Love Island, I'll bring that community spirit to the house. Wow, I've never seen a serious side to Gary before. And to top it off, just look at me. No need to pinch yourself, ladies. I'm real. And there it is. Gary stinks of onions. We can smell you from here. Go and brush your teeth, Gary. Who doesn't love the smell of onions? Next up is Rocco. Get ready to be led in a group chant. I came into the villa to try and find a soulmate and find a meaningful connection. I don't want to do anything. I'm going to discuss soulmates though. Do you girls believe in soulmates? I mean, it could be possible. I think I may have found my soulmate. On my journey to find love, I have made mistakes. He looks you in the eyes. Mistakes I deeply regret. But to err is human and to forgive is divine. Hopefully the connection I make in the villa will blossom into something wonderful. And that energy can lift the cloud that seems to be hanging over the villa. The cheek of this guy. Rocco takes a seat to a smattering of applause and the remaining speeches continue. Life is all about real human connections and getting to know people and really enjoying life together. Aw, Henrik's so sweet. I've been lucky to have never known true hardship, which is why I take nothing for granted. Not money, not friendships, and definitely not love. Lucas must be absolutely minted. Next up is Noah. Hope cheers as he takes the mic. I'm probably the least stateable guy in this villa, if I'm honest. You see Hope shaking her head in surprise. What's he doing? Because I think it's clear to everyone by now there's only one woman in here I want to date. Aww, so romantic. But I think Mr. Love Island should be the one who shows that it is possible here to find love. And a reminder that with the right person, you can be a better version of yourself. That's how I feel with you, Hope. Oh, babe, I'm gonna cry. Ibrahim takes his place in front of the judges to give the final speech of the afternoon. I'm way more comfortable talking about superheroes than cracking on with girls. I'm a bit like my heroes, only what you will see is my alter ego. But what's on the inside? That's the hero. Inside, there's someone who believes in truth and justice. Someone who believes in real love. I may not always say the right thing, but I do try to do the right thing. And if I won the Mr. Love Island contest, you can always count on me to be honest and do the right thing. Aw, actually that's really sweet. The boys and girls applaud. Right, ladies, it's time for you to make a decision. You huddle together to add up the final score. Ibrahim was great, but I think I'm going with Lucas. So that's 15 points for Lucas, 5 more than Rocco. I still feel like you're all a bit harsh with your scoring. I voted down Henrik for that weird eyebrow thing. Yeah, and after Lucas attacked you with that egg. Marisol pouts. Fine, so it's tied between Noah, Gary, Ibrahim and Bobby basically. Well, Noah gets my vote. Ibrahim was great, but so was Gary. It's really hard to decide. I'm torn between Bobby and Gary. They both have me in stitches. Who do you think should win Mr. Love Island, Well, I was gonna say none of these people, but I'm gonna go for Bobby. Bobby is hands down the most dateable guy in here. He gets my vote. The girls deliberate a few minutes longer. The deciding vote is down to Priya. Okay, final decision. I agree with them. Bobby should win. That's settled then. The boys line up in front of the judges' table. Hope holds a sash and a small crown, ready to crown Mr. Love Island. There was one clear winner. We all agreed he was the guy that we'd most like to go on a date with. The Love Island boy we decided was most dateable was Bobby. Aw, look at him and his sash and his crown. Tiara. Bobby jumps up and down screaming. He gives Gary a massive hug and shakes everyone's hands before running up to Hope. As she places the sash on him, he fans away his fake tears. Bobby's phone beeps. I've got a text. Must be that special prize. What does it say? Congratulations on winning Mr. Love Island. For your prize, you'll be getting a phone call from someone special. #famalam, #feel the love. I can't believe it. I'm going to get to talk to someone back home. I wonder who it's going to be. You've got to give a speech before you call. The Islanders chant, speech, speech, speech. And Bobby turns to face them beaming. I'd like to start by giving a special thank you to Em for helping me out earlier. It would have been easy for her to say no, but Em's not the kind of girl to leave you in your hour of need. You can count on her to give you advice, boost your confidence, and be a mate when you need one. So just so you know, Em, if there was a Miss Love Island contest, you would get my vote. That special talent was too much. Bobby smiles at you, and the girls look at you curious. What's this talent then? Wouldn't you like to know? Rocco looks at you in disbelief. Before Bobby can carry on, the boys rush over and push him into the pool. Thanks for that, now my sash is wet. And Priya's dress. Mr. Love Island has been crowned and we've all learned a little something about the boys. Red is Henrik's colour and Bobby wore it better than Priya. Now, can someone give Gary a mint? Next time on Love Island. The girls have a big decision to make. Don't keep us in suspense then. The Islanders have to do some soul searching. I have fallen for him, at least a little bit. And the evening's games end in tears. Who's betrayed who? What do we think of that episode, everyone? Let me know what your thoughts were down in the comments below. And we are going to move on to Day 7, Part 3. In just a second, but before that, please do give this video a like if you haven't already and subscribe to see more. We're back and it's Day 7. It's Part 3 and we're gonna have a look at this. This is called The Villa's Most Illegible. The girls most vote for the most illegible boys, but the boys coming last place might make them lose their place in the villa. That's a lot of places. Let's go. Previously on Love Island, we welcomed you all to the villa's first Mr. Love Island pageant. The boys wowed us in their sexiest outfits. Why is he wearing my lippy? And why does it look better on him? Showed off some questionable hidden talents. Gary's not going to eat that onion raw, is he? And moved us with their beautiful speeches. When I do find that special someone, she'll always have a fresh pastry in her hand and a smile on her face. But in the end, there can only be one winner. The Love Island boy we've decided is the most dateable is Bobby. Coming up, the girls face another difficult decision. They know we're going to be judging them tonight again. And this time it's serious. And the boys face losing their place in the villa. I can't believe someone's going to get dumped over this. The scent of banana and mango hits you as soon as you open the door to the dressing room. Why does it always smell like a breakfast buffet fruit salad in here? Priya bounds over to you. Here, babes, try some of this. She's holding a brightly coloured bottle of body spray. Also, it's so weird to see Priya back in her dress. Like, excuse me, that's Bobby's dress. Sure, why not? Great. She covers your eyes with one hand and sprays you all over with the other. A cloud of coconut-scented mist fills the room. Bloody hell, Priya. Sorry, babes. But now we're all fabulously tropical. Tell me that's not the best thing you've ever smelled. I don't think that one is really my scent, you know. I prefer something that's darker and more intense. Clothes, sandalwood, that kind of thing. Babe, I totally get you. It's so important to find the right scent for your personality. What's your thing, Em? Oh, for me, I think something light and floral, just to be different from everyone else. Try this. It's jasmine and chamomile. She grabs a bottle off the table and squirts a couple of sprays in your direction. I bet Gary's nan has tea bags like that in the back of her cupboard. Although, to be fair, there's so much perfume and body spray in here, I'm not even sure what I'm smelling anymore. That's true. Would you guys mind toning it down? It's kind of hard to enjoy my coffee when I'm tasting guava and pine forest with every sip. You look over at where Marisol's sitting. Her space on the makeup table is filled with half-empty coffee cups. Sorry, hun, but we've got to be our absolute best this evening. After seeing the boys this afternoon, I'm worried they're wearing our styles better than we are. And that's saying something when me and Emma are around. They looked incredible. I almost didn't want to show how impressed I was. Bobby was like a revelation in my dress. I've got to say, I'm a little bit jealous of you, Em. Although the way Raheem popped his shirt buttons right off, it was like having my very own superhero. How did you feel about Rocco's performance, Em? I think that he tried his best. They all really went for it, bless him. Do you think Bobby is ever going to take that sash off? I bet you he wore it when he was getting his phone call. He's really proud of himself, and so he should be. I think we all saw a different side to the boys this afternoon. They put on a good show, but they put themselves out there too. I thought what Noah said was so sweet. I think he's a sweetheart. Isn't he just? You're so lucky. Marisol goes to pick up her phone and drops it on the table. Her compact falls to the floor and powder goes everywhere. And this is what happens when I don't get to finish my coffee. We'll clean it up later. What does the text say? Girls, you have a very important decision to make tonight. The boys are waiting for you at the fire pit. Hashtag dress to impress. Obviously, they've all worked hard at it. Henrik was rocking that lipstick, and I bet he wants to show us how good he looks without it. They know we're going to be judging them again tonight, and this time, it's serious. I'm so excited. I love it when my guy dresses up for me. I'm not going to be outdone by any of them, that's for sure. She turns back to the table and starts going through all her makeup. Ria's right, I should look my best too. I don't want to be outdone by the guys if we stand up there and judge them again. Look, I just changed my outfit, okay? Why do I have to change again? And I know we're getting to the stage where they're going to start having a go at me for wearing the same thing on repeat. So that makes it so difficult. Okay, look, this is similar to the one we wore today, but slightly different. We'll go for this one. That is the one, babes. You want a spritz to go with that? Do I want a spritz? I'm already swimming in scent. I don't need another spritz. Thank goodness we're out of that dressing room. If I keep coming home smelling like women's perfume, the missus will think I'm having an affair. Oh, who am I kidding? There's no Mrs. Narrator waiting for me back home. I sleep in a single bed in a shed behind a TV edit studio. The boys are standing in a line by the fire pit as you arrive. Wow, Em. I'm sure I'll be hit with a sugar rush soon. Why? Your new look is so sweet. Thank you, Bobby. Priya looks at him. For heaven's sake, I knew he'd still be wearing that sash. I did earn this. You think I'm gonna give up being Mr. Love Island before I have to? Mate, the title is yours for now, but I'm coming for it. And I'll wear more lipstick next time if that's what it takes. Did you wear the sash when you were on the phone? Obviously. It was a video call too, so my boys got to see me all dressed up. Your boys? Yeah, the lads, the fam. My friends from the hospital kitchen. There were like 9 of them all squashed into Big Jono's front room. Not that I want to take away from Bobby's victory, which we can all agree was truly deserved. But does anyone have any idea why we're here? Apparently the girls have an important decision to make, and that's why you're all lined up. Don't know exactly what it is yet though. I think it's about who's most dateable, like we've mentioned many times in this episode. Well, yeah, but what exactly does that mean? I think we know who's most dateable. It's Mr. Love Island, surely. Babe, I think you look super hot in that dress, but I'm not sure it's what every girl is going for. Being Mr. Love Island and being the most dateable are not exactly the same thing. Oh, it's me! You grab your phone and begin to read the text out loud. Islanders, tonight the girls will decide which boys are the most and least likely to leave the villa with a girlfriend. Girls, you may discuss your voting as a group, but you must send your answers individually via text. The boys who are voted least likely to leave the villa with a girlfriend will be vulnerable and at risk of being dumped from the island. What? Are you serious? That makes it sound official. Sounds like one of the boys is getting dumped over this. But after Em got ditched for another girl, it's only fair. She looks pointedly at Rocco. I've got to decide which boys are most likely to leave with a girlfriend. The ones who don't get many votes might be dumped from the island. How do I feel about this? That's why we came here. It sucks, but it's the game. And if you're not trying to find love, why even come to Love Island? I can agree with that at least. This is horrible. How are we supposed to decide who goes home? I want to keep who I fancy and dump the boys who have screwed the girls over. Easy. Babe, that's not what the text said and you know it. We're not just playing favourites here. Noah steps forward from the boys. And you shouldn't. If some of the boys are in danger, you should do this fairly. We've had our differences, but we're a good group of lads and I don't want it to see who comes down to who's made the most friends. You scan down the line of boys. They look nervous and exposed. Rocco might be at risk. He's not really my main concern anymore. There's someone else I'm much more interested in keeping. Rocco looks over at you, but you avoid his eyes. I think we have to have a little girl talk. Boys, would you give us a minute? Of course, babe. Noah leads the boys away onto the lawn. Before we get started, let's remind ourselves of what we're doing. We need to decide which boys are most likely to leave the villa with a girlfriend. I don't think there's anyone we could say for sure. It's still the first week. Hope arches an eyebrow at Marisol. I know which boy I think is most likely to leave with a girlfriend. You and Noah are total couple goals already, to be fair. I'd be so surprised if he doesn't ask you to be his girlfriend while you're here. Is Noah likely to leave Love Island with a girlfriend? Well, everyone can see him and Hope are perfect. I'm just going to say it, I'm just going to not cause drama. You guys have been together since day one. He's got to stay in the villa. Thanks, Em. I think enough of us don't want to see Hope and Noah split up that we don't need to discuss it anymore. We'll all get to choose whoever we want when it comes to the vote, though. Okay, who's next? I'm coupled up with Gary. We should talk about him. No question from me. He's not my type personally, but I'm sure he'll find someone in here. Will he, though? Rhea just said he's not her type. I'm coupled up with him, and you can all see that's not going to work out. And I don't know what's going on with him and Lottie. What do you mean? There's nothing going on with me and Gary. Why do you think there is? She shut that down quickly. Sure, hun, whatever you say. So that just leaves... They all look at you. Gary, he's right for someone, for sure. Even if the right girl hasn't walked in here yet, she still might. I don't want him to lose his chance at love just yet. Sounds like Gary's safe to me. Who's next? What about Ibrahim? I definitely think he'll find a girlfriend in here. I'm starting to feel like we might go that way already. I don't rate him. Does he even have any game? That was very mean of me. Don't get me wrong, I really like the guy, but he's such a musclehead some of the time. If your method of flirting is a cheesy line and then showing off your abs, are you really in it for the long haul? He can solve a Rubik's Cube too, babe. So can my cousin, but he also thinks we live inside the earth and the sky is painted every morning by magical elves. What? To be fair, he is 9 years old. What do you guys think about Bobby? Bobby hasn't found the right person yet. I don't want to say I'd end up as his girlfriend because I don't want to swing the vote one way or another, but I do think Bobby is very nice. That's all I will say. That's all I will say. I want to end up with Bobby. I can't help it, okay? It's Bobby. I love the guy to bits, but we've got no chemistry. It's not good enough to be a mate in here, sadly. Which leaves us with Rocco. Can I just say, hope cuts her off. Maybe we should ask Em. She's the one that's actually coupled up with Rocco. I don't care what happens to him. You might not be bothered, but some of us are. She turns to face you. I didn't want to hurt you. And I honestly don't think Rocco did either. He's just not very good at dealing with the way things work in here. Bit of an understatement there. I know I was silly to fall for his sweet talking when he was actually chatting to all the girls, but I have fallen for him, at least a little bit. I've been trying not to let on, partly because I didn't want to hurt you, and partly because I didn't want to get hurt either. I didn't want Rocco to know how much I was starting to like him until I was sure. So now I'm thinking he might even end up with me as his girlfriend. But if you guys don't agree, I might not even get the chance to find out. It would really mean a lot to me if you all gave Rocco a chance. You take a moment to gather your thoughts. Marisol looks at you expectantly. That was a powerful speech. I bet all the girls are rethinking what they said after that. What should I say? It's up to all of us to decide. Exactly. I guess this is why we're all voting separately. It's been really good to hear what you have to think, but I'm glad it's going to come down to me on my own. So we should go make our choices then. Aren't you forgetting someone? Or two people, Lucas and Himrick. You guys are still backing your new faves. There's no way Lucas isn't going to be a catch for some girl in here. Like you mean? Hope looks away, but you can tell she's blushing. I might have a little crush, but I really like Noah too. If I wasn't with him, things might be different. I know who I've got my eye on. What do you think, Em? Lucas has to stay. Decision made then. Is it? Yeah, not from my perspective. I guess if I had to pick, I'd pick Hemrick. Me too, actually. What? Why? I just think he's got the most potential. He's strong, outgoing, so sweet. He'll definitely find someone. Lottie smiles to herself but says nothing. So I guess that is everyone then. I've got a pretty good idea who's likely to leave with a girlfriend and who isn't. And I've got a good idea who you're all likely to ignore. Should we go and do this thing then? With a heavy heart? Yeah. Can't believe someone's actually going to get dumped over this. You all walk off to find a private place to sit. You sit down by yourself and listen to the lapping of the water at the pool's edge. All around the villa, you hear the sound of phones beeping. I guess it's time. It's time to vote for the boy you think is most likely to leave the villa with a girlfriend. Please reply with your vote. Most of the girls agreed that Noah and Hope were a good couple. I didn't really put Rocco on top of the list, but I can vote for whoever I want. Who should I vote for? Is this most or least likely to leave with a girlfriend? Because I forgot to pay attention. I'm going to vote for Lucas. Not the obvious choice, but that should mix things up a bit. I'm assuming it's who is most likely to leave with a girlfriend. I can't believe I forgot to pay attention. You write your answer and hit send. That's the easy part done. Oh, thank goodness. It's now time to vote for the boy you think is least likely to leave with a girlfriend. The boys with the most votes will be vulnerable and will be at risk of being dumped from the island. Please reply with your vote. And this is the hard part. All the boys have got something going for them. I think least likely to leave with a girlfriend. Out of everyone, I do kind of feel like it's Ibrahim. I have a little sneaky inner thought that maybe if I vote for Noah, it'll stir things up a bit. But I don't want to vote for Bobby because I want him to stay along. I don't want to vote for Rocco because I do think him and Marisol could have something going on. So I'm going to vote for Ibrahim. You hit send again. That's done now at least. Please gather at the fire pit for the results. Here we go. The boys line up in front of you. They look a lot more relaxed. What have you boys been up to? Raheem was telling us about all those comics he's into. In one of them, Johnny Hardman fights Grind Spellman, and then Glasslayer Man and Violent Man have to save Quiver Man. They're not all called something man. Quiver Man isn't real. Whatever, man. I thought it sounded totally succulent. Ibrahim chuckles. See, Henrik liked it. Mate, Henrik also thinks orienteering is more fun than football. All the best sports have maps. Are we going to have maps in Adventure Golf? What on earth are you talking about? Did they not tell you about Adventure Golf yet, hun? It's like all the fun of golf and all the excitement of reading maps. I'm going to miss this when we're not all together anymore. I've really enjoyed getting to know all you boys and your weird jokes. Phone beeps. Oh no, it's me. Don't keep us in suspense then. Rhea grabs her phone and begins to read. Islanders, the boy who received the most votes and that you think is the most likely to leave the island with a girlfriend is Noah. Hope squeals and runs to Noah. I guess that makes sense even if it wasn't what I wanted. You watch Noah pick Hope up and kiss her. Good for them. They're definitely the couple to beat. And that's me. She walks back to the girls and begins to read from her phone. The boys who were voted least likely to leave the island with a girlfriend were Rocco, no surprises there, Lucas, and Ibrahim. You can hear the intake of breath after each name. Why does no one like Lucas? I like Lucas. As soon as Hope's finished, everyone starts talking at once. OMG. Hope's phone beeps again. Guys, there's more. The 3 boys who are voted least likely to leave the island with a girlfriend now face a public vote. The public will vote on the boy they want to have another chance at love. The remaining boys will be dumped from the island. Are you serious? My guy might be dumped and I've got to wait and see. Everyone's really shaken. There's so much to deal with. You look at the boys. Noah and Hope are holding hands. Rocco and Marisol have disappeared. Come on, lads. It's got to be fine. The rest of the boys are muttering amongst themselves. I feel like I only just got to know you, lads. But it's been an absolute pleasure. Mate, it was an honour to be in the villa with you. And you don't need to talk like that. We don't know you're going yet. I don't love my odds, to be honest. I know how much harder it is coming in later. We've both had to work to make an impression. I hope you get to stay. Me too. He takes your hand and looks into your eyes. It's nice to know someone's on my side. I always thought you and I had a bit of a connection. If I do go, I'll be disappointed we didn't get the chance to get to know each other better. Guys, are we not going to talk about who voted for Ibrahim to be dumped? I voted Rocco, just so you know. The public, I kind of saw it coming. Lottie narrows her eyes at you. How did you see it coming? I guess I had a feeling. I feel as though one of the girls has totally betrayed us, and I'm going to find out who it is. Marisol and Rocco come back to join the group. Marisol's makeup is smudged as if she might be crying. Who has betrayed who? I think that's my cue. Lottie fakes a yawn badly. I'm going to bed. That's probably best. It's been a long day for all of us and we wouldn't want to say anything we might regret. There's a few nods of agreement and everyone starts to head towards the bedroom. As you're walking away, you see Ibrahim out by himself on the lawn. It looks like he's practicing his golf swing with empty air. He must be feeling pretty bad about coming in the bottom 3. Maybe I should go and spend some time with him. I could probably think of a way to cheer him up. No, if I voted for him, I feel like it's very snaky to go and talk to him. So let's not do that. Ibrahim, what are we going to do with you? And more importantly, what do I want to wake up in tomorrow? I think we need to wake up in something very, very nice. Maybe this one. That's very nice. This is fine. I'm absolutely exhausted. Coming up next time, Rocco and Marisol make the most of their time. I just figured if I've made my bed, I should probably lie in it. And one of the boys makes his move. I was actually hoping we could spend some time together alone. Oh my goodness gracious me. Okay, we're about to move on to day 8. But in the meantime, oh my goodness, what are we thinking so far? I really don't want Lucas to go. I feel like the Lucas route could be really lovely. So I'm definitely hoping that maybe we stay close to Lucas. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you have played the game before, who did you couple up with? And thank you so much to everyone for watching this part. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you give this video a like. Subscribe to see more and turn on your notifications so you know when I next upload a video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. It's a sweet psychology. I sleep in a single bed in a shed with the TV edits. Blah, blah. I sleep in a single...